0 to 100 and up real quick. Real quiet on that real shit.
0 to 100, we're back again. I'm Vino.
Nick
Rizzle.
Rizzle.
We were having a conversation before the camera started about prenuptial agreements.
What's up? Prenuptial agreement.
And
is that what that stands for?
yeah, it does.
Prenuptial.
agreements.
And Nick said,
Oh, I was just saying, last time we talked about this, I didn't really say what I would do in that situation, and I feel like I wouldn't get a prenup. It's not something I've ever really wanted to do, and I just feel like I just have no desire to do it. At this current state in my life, I'll clarify, like if I had a multi-million-dollar company, that would, that's a little different, but if I'm just making $200K or less, then
I don't care, man.
there's no I don't think there's much reason.
Every dollar counts.
No.
I mean, every dollar counts, but you go into the marriage with 1 foot out the door if you sign a prenup.
Because you're putting it in the air, right?
You're putting it in the air, but you're also acknowledging that you think this may not work.
It's like your job. You got a savings account in case your job
That's
don't
different,
work.
though.
Your job is your livelihood. Your marriage isn't.
Yeah, but you don't go into a job saying, I'm going to have this job for life. You go into a marriage like, the marriage, you're hoping that that's for life, right?
But
that's the purpose of a marriage, right?
But you do go into
Is
a
that,
career
is
for
that
life.
the purpose? No, I don't go into one job for
A
life.
career. And
you don't even go into a career for life. You can change careers.
a lot of people don't change careers, Nick.
A lot of people change
In
careers.
America, middle
A
class.
lot of people change careers.
All right, Nick. I'm speaking on myself. If I'm going into a career, I'm not thinking I'm going to change my career. I'm thinking this is my career. I'm going to ride this out until the end. That's how I think.
No, that's not how a lot of people.
So when you tell me about the prenup, it's keeping 1 foot out. I'm like, then there's no point of even having the savings or an emergency savings, because to me, emergency savings is you pretty much preparing yourself for disaster to strike and you to be safe. So I'm saying the prenup is, to me, the same thing.
There's two differences.
Okay.
One, like I said, a job is not the same as a marriage. Career is not the same as a marriage. You're going into a marriage hoping that it lasts for your. Not saying that you're not going into career. Okay, so you're going into a career. Maybe you think it lasts your entire life, but you're going into a marriage like putting everything into it that it'll last. Like the point of a marriage is to last until death do us part. You don't go into a career saying, "Man, I gotta keep this career until I die." Like it's not the same. It's not the same thing. Another reason
For some people, I guess. I mean, for me, I'm putting everything on the line for my career.
yeah. Another thing, like with the savings, you're assuming if you lost your job and you don't have a savings, you wouldn't have anything, right? You're comparing a savings to a prenup. Well, for the prenup, you're assuming that the woman is coming to the table with absolutely nothing. And so when you split it 50-50, you're the only one that's getting boned by it, which probably won't be the case.
Well,
like you're not going to leave without signing a prenup. You're not going to leave with nothing.
No, I'm saying, but if you have a prenup, though, she's leaving with what she came with, you're leaving with what you came with.
That's not, no, you're each getting half of it. You're splitting everything in the middle.
I'm saying with a prenup. If you
I'm
sign a
saying without a
prenup,
prenup.
okay, I'm talking about with a prenup, it's like you taking what you have when you came in, I'm taking what I have when I came in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that's fair. That's how I look at it. That's fair. Because if you succeed more than me,
But it's more than that, though, because you're leaving with what you have gained during that marriage as well.
but that marriage is invalid now because we
But
divorced.
she still helped you during those times when you were.
But I'm not looking
making
at
that
money.
money.
This is disaster now. It's catastrophe now. I'm not even thinking about how the times you helped me. I'm thinking about what you did wrong to me or what I did wrong to her. So it doesn't matter if I helped her out 100 times. If I cheated on her twice, she not thinking about, oh my God, he was a great husband. Nah, that's all out the window because I done messed up everything. So it's like, I'm looking at it like, when I leave, I'm gonna leave with what I had and you gonna leave with what you had. Now, if during the marriage we ended up gaining a lot or whatever like that, if disaster strikes, in my mind, I'm not gonna be thinking, damn man, she really helped me to get this $2 million. I'm thinking like, man, forget that chick, man. I ain't never want to see her go a day in my life again. That's how I'm thinking, and I'm sure she's gonna be thinking the same thing. So you tell me, come on, Nick, let's be honest, Nick. You tell me if you did wrong to your significant other, you think she's gonna be like, man, Nick did help lot.
I mean, a lot of people think that way.
Yeah, and then they realize like, nah, I ain't gonna think like that because they're gonna be stuck. You're gonna be like stuck, and you're gonna want to get back with them. You gotta move forward. You gotta be like, man, look, they
You
did
can
me
move
wrong.
forward without having animosity towards your partner,
No, that's true. That's true.
your ex-partner.
That's true.
Like, you can be cordial.
Yeah, you can. You can. I'm just saying, man, with a prenup
For
for
my
Just your
personal-
opinion.
My personal.
yeah, I feel you. I feel you. I feel
And
you.
I just don't value money enough to care at this point.
See, I value
That's
money a
what
lot,
we
bro,
get about it.
because I
I mean, I
realize
value it, but it's not as important as
marriage, like stuff
my
like that.
feelings going into it.
Okay, I feel you. Yeah, money's more
I
important.
value relationships more than money. Like relationships with any people more than money.
I value my relationships with my friends and family more than I value my money, but I value my money
More than you would a marriage?
relationships. Yeah.
That's wild.
You know the reason why?
Because the money never leaves you, and the girl might. That's what you're gonna say, right?
That's one thing, but I know whenever my mom needs a problem, I'm gonna be able to pay whatever I need to pay to get her right. That girl ain't gonna do nothing for that. That's how I look
Bro,
at it.
you be looking at your marriage partner like it's some random girl. When you get into that situation, that
Nigga.
girl's gonna be your everything.
Nick, I've been in that situation, and I realized, like, dang, this money really be benefiting me more than this girl.
Sebastian, are you married yet?
I was close. I was one step before close.
Have you been married yet?
Never been married, but I was one
Alright,
step
so
close.
you don't know.
But nigga, I was further than
Until
you.
you're
though.
married. I'm not saying I do know, but I'm not
But
claiming I know that.
I'm saying that
I'm not claiming I
know. I knew what I was getting into when I was headed to get married. I went to the counseling sessions and all that, and I was like, you know what, bro, it's not for me.
Yeah. Do you think you found the right one?
At that time, yeah.
Do you think right now that you have found the woman that you are to marry?
I have.
Right
I feel
now.
like I have found the right.
I'm
the
talking
woman.
about right now.
I'm telling you that I have found the woman that I want to marry. I
Then why
have
didn't you
found
marry
it
them?
before because
didn't you
I
marry them?
realized marriage.
So you
was not for me.
realized
At
that
that
you didn't
time.
want to marry them. So you have not found the person that you want to marry because you're not married.
No, I did find the person that I should have married, but I just chose not to do it.
It's not making any sense. If
It
you,
makes perfect
If you're
sense.
saying that you should marry them, then you would have married them.
No, because I made the decision not to.
Why didn't you marry them?
Because I didn't want to. I should have, but I
What do
didn't
you
want
mean you
to.
should've?
Because I felt like at that point in time, looking back, all I had to do was do something different, and I probably would have gone through with it. But I
Do you
realized
think that was the right move?
what
Do you think that would have been the right move?
to marry that person.
Yeah.
At that point in time.
No, I'm saying look at
Like
it
down the
now.
line.
Oh,
Looking at it now, if I
Yes.
married them,
yes.
if I had waited to marry them yet, like if
So-
I didn't get married
okay,
early, if
so-
I didn't try to get married
Right
early,
person,
my overall
right person,
point
wrong
is-
time. Right person, wrong time.
Yeah.
My overall point is you're not in a situation to say how you're gonna feel when you're gonna get married because you don't know where your emotions gonna be when you're gonna get married.
Well, I know what
So
they're
you
gonna
can't
do.
say you don't.
Yes, I
though.
do. Because that's like
you don't know how you're gonna change as a person in 5 to 10 years.
who's I'm gonna get married in 5 to 10 years.
I'm not saying you are, but I'm just saying in general, you guys come into a lot of these conversations about women thinking you're gonna feel the same way today as you're gonna feel 5 or 10 years from now.
But what I'm saying is this, though, Nick. When it comes to women, I've kind of made my peace with women. So it's to the
For
point
now.
for now, but it's to the point where it's like my mind state of women at this point is I feel like it's set in stone, and there's only little cracks and crevices that may change. But the main part of that is gonna be it's set in stone. Ain't nothing gonna change that.
You could be someone that changes everything.
Well, I'm not saying it in a negative way, because I love women. I used to be like, I ain't messing with no girl, but now I'm like, I would. I'm gonna just make sure I'm a certain way mentally before I do that.
Right.
But you go.
Oh.
We're dominating ourselves.
No. I'm listening. I'm soaking it all in. Are we? Are you asking about the prenups or?
Yeah.
I was listening to both of y'all. I actually will say I agree with both of you guys. It is hard for me to make a decision, because I mean, if I were to marry somebody, I wouldn't want to like have to be like, hey, we should just sign this prenup, because it's kind of like it's gonna walk into an awkward conversation just in case. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have that. Like Nick said, I don't want to put that in the air. I don't want to even invite that idea. But also, I do understand Vino's point, because it's fair. Even though you gain stuff during a marriage, during a relationship, at the end of the day, when you two split apart, then you should just take what you brought in, and she should take what she brought in. So I mean, it's a hard decision for me to make. That would be something I would have to discuss with my partner.
Yeah.
Or you know.
And I'm not saying you're wrong. I mean, that's your opinion.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make my opinion like.
But I 100% understand where both of you guys are coming from. Yeah. Me personally, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna get married, guys. Just saying.
Nick's thinking. Yeah.
I think that's why I'm kind of like, it's hard for me to make a decision because I don't even. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get married, y'all. I don't know. Dude, Nick wants us to get married, bro.
I'm not saying you will or won't, but
Nah.
I'm saying you don't know.
I don't know. I said I don't think. I didn't say I won't.
Yeah.
I don't think I will.
I mean, to be honest with you, Nick, or Andy, bro, I feel like you can say like I'm not going to do something because what you're doing, you're just speaking into existence that you're not going to do that, and whatever, like that's going to create the circumstances around you to the point where you're going to attract not having to do that. So if I'm like I'm not going to get married,
Let me say
everything's
like
going to push for me not to get married.
Right. Let me say this.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
because
At
you're
this-
making decisions.
At this point, I'm unsure if I'm going to get married.
Right, yeah.
I don't think I will, but I'm also unsure.
That's
But that's
a lot more open
But that's what I'm telling you.
than saying I'm not going to marry.
I'm not gonna.
I don't think I've ever said I'm not going to get. Well, yes, I have off camera. I have, but that was just one of those points in times where I'm just strongly in my brain, like strongly just feeling some way about something. Yeah, I don't think I will, but I'm unsure. Anything's possible.
Yeah, I'm
Like
just
I said,
saying that because I've been there before. Like when I was at Cornell.
You've been married before?
No. I'm talking about when I was like, I remember I said it on one of the old podcasts. I was like, one of y'all had asked me about girls at Cornell. I was like, man, I'm not meeting a girl up there. I already decided I'm not meeting girls up there. Like those girls up there aren't for me. That's exactly what I said. Like on the podcast. That's what I thought in my head. But things change. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know, Nick. I could have a rebuttal for that one though. I feel like you told yourself that you're not going to, but when that opportunity arose, you allowed yourself to fall into it. You could have been like, I'm not doing it. Like you could have stuck to
But
it.
there wouldn't have been any good reason for me doing that other than the fact that I had said it before, just on a whim. Like, I'm not doing it.
No, I'm just saying though, you can't say that's because of like, you know, whatever you say, like, you don't know, like, because it's going to change in the future. I think you just make that choice to do it.
But I'm saying you may make a choice.
I'm not going to make that choice.
Like a choice, like
I'm telling you that right now.
Okay.
I'm saying that.
Alright.
I'm so secure at this point where it's like I know now I'm not gonna make a choice for whatever. I don't know what choice you're talking about. I don't know what choice you're talking about.
You said it. You were talking about a choice. I was just bringing up a specific.
yeah,
The
because I
prenup.
mean, because that's kind of a good point we could go into. Like, what kind of choice are you saying that Nick made? Like,
No, I'm saying because he said that he previously said that he wouldn't mess with a girl at Cornell because or whatever, and then I was like,
okay,
you could have not messed with a girl at Cornell, but you made that choice to do.
you're saying the opportunity presented itself,
And
and
you
you made the choice.
It's like
Yeah, because I hadn't
Yeah.
really met a girl at that time
mm-hmm.
that I was like connecting with
Really
at
with,
all,
yeah.
like
Mm,
on anything.
Yeah,
But
but
aside from like girls that were like friends, like 100% friends.
But it's also the law too that says like if you say you don't want something to happen, that's what's going to happen because you're focused on. The universe doesn't see the word not; it just sees that what you're focusing on. So if you say I don't want to date this girl, the universe is going to still present that because you're focused on that thing, that girl or whatever like that. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. So me saying I'm not going to do that is more likely that that's going to present itself into my life because I'm still focused on that. So I'm going to say when I get married, I'm going to have a prenup. If it's the exact girl, well it will when I get the exact girl that I want, I won't need the prenup.
That's
Because
that's
we're
kind of my point.
gonna be both on equal levels. So it's gonna be
Yeah.
like if she takes whatever she takes, bro, she's probably gonna just take hers. Like she's probably gonna agree to I'm not gonna take what you have because I have my own. So that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
But previously I was looking at it more like if we on level of imbalance. Like one is higher than the other. Like the female has more than the guy, or the guy has more than the female. That's the way I was looking at it. You see what I'm saying? That's how I was looking at it.
100%.
But I know my girl, we gonna be
Equal.
balanced, you know what I'm saying?
Balance each other out.
I'm not picking nobody up no more.
It's crazy, bro. I was telling one of my friends that the other day, man. No
Mhm.
more settling.
Yeah.
We're not doing no more encouraging, no more uplifting of the spirit, no more
Say no more
no
encouragement.
more pep talks. Man, let's just be about it. Let's get to it.
What are you talking about?
Let's just you get what I'm saying.
About what?
I'm like you said, we're not uplifting nobody no more. When I meet you and you present yourself to me or I present myself to you, you need to already be uplifted. That way we both can.
Wait, are you talking about everybody? Or are you talking
No,
about
I'm
girls.
just saying a
Girls.
girl. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Niggas like,
Like, that's the way I live life. Not uplift anybody. Just be about your own thing.
This dude.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
you talking about females and certain.
No more settling, guys. That's what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say. We're not settling anymore.
Yeah, I've met one girl that I could say like we were on an equal level, but after that it was like
Oh yeah, I know you're talking
it was bad. After every girl after that, I was like, dang, bro, I'm pulling these people up.
You talking about from the app.
I want a girl from.
Oh no.
I want a.
But she was cool, though. Just
You
not
should tell that story, bro.
Someone
What,
that
the Tinder girl?
Someone that made me fuck.
She tried to call you.
Someone that's so proud of
Man,
me.
I don't even know. To be honest with you, bro, all I know is more is that like that's about some people who ruled the world back in the day.
Bro,
She looked her dad in the face and say, "You ain't got a juice starter."
That's a horrible term to present to somebody.
She said, if you're a Moor, I
You're
can't
a
talk
Moor.
to you.
A
You can't
Moor?
date."
What is a Moor?
My uncle told me that my family's Moors or something like that. So I told her.
What is Moor?
Something about some people who used to rule the world back in the day. So I told her that. She was like, "What? If you're a Moor, we can't date. You know, I don't even know if I can talk to you." And after that, I ain't never said a word to that girl ever again, bro.
Who was the girl?
This girl I met on Tinder. She texted me too, like twice, like 2 weeks ago. I just looked at it. I was like, man, I'm a new person, man. Before I would have entertained it, I'd be like, man, I'm an entertainer, whatever. But I was like, you know what, man? I like my free time. I like my space. So I'm gonna just let her be.
That's good, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna do a mid promotion. Check out our boy Savino's new single, Florida Water.
Yeah, Florida Water. Look that up. But there was something else, bro. That I was gonna say, bro. Oh, dang, man, Edgar's not here. Dang. We was gonna talk about the whole thing you were gonna like bring up to him about the cars and stuff like that. But he's not here.
Oh
man.
yeah. I mean, people can leave comments if they want. Never mind. I'm not gonna put it. I'll let him be here for the conversation. It's not right to talk about it if he's not here. I just wanted to give him.
Yeah, we gotta
some
have
life
him here, man.
advice.
He might. I mean,
He's
yeah.
looking at purchasing another vehicle.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Hey, you got it. Let him do it.
Okay.
It's a liability. It is. I mean, I wouldn't do it personally.
Yeah.
It's a
why don't
liability.
you tell him that?
I just feel like, man, if you want to do something, bro, like if you really feel strongly, like you feel it in your heart and your spirit, if you think about it every day, just manifest it and it'll come. You can do it. Just do it. And regardless if it's a liability or an asset, bro. If it's what you want, it's what you want.
I don't know. I feel that when it comes to things you want to do, but as far as this, like material items,
Right.
I think a line can be drawn.
I think my thing about that is I think people's values are different. Like your value might be more based on like experience, whereas other people's values might be based on materials.
Yeah, you're right. Some
Oh, I
not
see what
one
you're
to
saying.
say.
You know what I'm
who-
saying?
I was right for a moment. I was off for a moment. Yeah, I see what you're saying now. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a good point. Yeah, I mean,
But 3 cars.
I mean, that's him, bro. That might be his. That's just.
I mean, he
way
says-
that's the way his
he said
value
he's gonna
system,
get
value
yeah,
system
value
is.
system is, yeah. And he said he's gonna get another job, a better job. So
Yeah, he's manifesting that too.
yeah, so hey,
So
I hope so.
yeah,
You said I hope so.
No, like I hope.
Three
Bro, when Edgar
parts?
smiles, this is gonna sound gay as hell. When Edgar smiles, bro, like I feel like when he has those snaps where he's like happy, I'm like, dang, this man happy. Like this man happy.
Nick
like,
be shaking. Nick be shaking his phone like, fuck.
No, I really don't.
Hurt. Pain.
No.
I'm fucking with you. Nah,
I'm being
Edgar be
dead
killing me,
serious.
bro. Edgar be having
Dead
the little
serious,
snaps. I'm
bro.
like, man, this dude right
Fact.
here, bro.
When he cheesing in the camera,
Hurt, pain.
can't help but smile.
Bro, what's the music I said Edgar used to listen to,
The
bro?
Metallica, like the hard rock
Man,
joint.
I first met that dude, Edgar, bro. I will commit suicide. Bro, dude used to go. Bro,
Yeah.
I first met him, I was like, man, he gotta be one of them people. Edgar changed my whole
bro,
perspective.
the only person I ever met, say hello to him. First time I ever meet him, this dude just flips me off. I'm like, alright.
Edgar completely changed my perspective, though, man.
No, I don't think he flipped me off.
He's a
He
good
was
dude.
just
Like, Edgar's a really good dude.
Yeah.
I just like that
Yeah, he was a generous heart, bro.
Yeah.
He's a generous guy.
sometimes.
Nah, I don't know about
Nah,
that.
yeah.
I see.
Edgar's generous, bro.
Yeah.
Edgar done,
Yeah,
Edgar done
something.
whipped out a lot.
Edgar generous all the time to me. Well, not to me, like giving to me, but more like that I could see. I've never seen him turn down.
Yeah.
I've never seen.
Yeah.
You have?
What you mean?
Like seen him turn down somebody? Like when it comes to like financially giving to them or something?
Just yesterday. I mean, what was that? Tuesday. Adrian asked for a ride. He said, "I'll give you the bread." Friday, he said, "Uber!" Exclamation point.
But there's a context to that though. Edgar had drove Adrian last time from Greensboro, and when he got there, Adrian didn't come out after like an hour, like from his house.
Mhm.
And Edgar was kind of just like, Edgar was like calling me, was like, yo, I've been here for an hour. Like, where's he at? And he was like, I'm never doing this again because I'm driving here and you're not even like ready. I'm sitting here for an hour. So I knew, like, once Adrian asked me to ask him in my head, I was like, I know Edgar's not going to do it because I remember last time he said it. He was like, I'm not going to do it again. And then he drove all the way back. And I was like, he was like, I'm never doing that again. And I was like, dang, all right. So when Adrian asked me to ask him, I told Adrian that he said no, but he didn't just say no. He was like, hell no. So I was like, I shouldn't even ask this dude. I should have just like let it be or whatever like that. So, hey. But I mean, I give it like a couple months. He'll probably come back around and be like, yeah, I'll take you or something like that. Who knows? Who knows, man?
He gets the new car.
He ain't driving that new car nowhere.
What would you get a car and not?
That
Bro, I'm gonna be
time-
honest, bro. Edgar might not even have like 100 miles on his ST, bro.
On his no. he
No, the
probably
new one?
has,
Oh, no. He got
Probably like
500?
5,000.
Yeah. He up there.
5,000.
Yeah, he up there. Because his dad be
That's not
driving
that
it sometime. His dad be driving it.
Yeah.
He probably be like, no. Shut up, Edgar. I'm
Yeah,
taking the
his dad be
car.
driving it. So, but I know that one he's gonna get, man. He's going to work and back with that baby.
It's my beater.
That one is not. Yeah.
He don't even take the ST to work.
He
every
does.
day?
No. He takes it sometimes. Like sometimes. I think when he wants to watch it, he takes it.
Dude, Edgar.
When does he drive it?
Like when he wants, like let's say he's going to work today, he knows like he's gonna have time after to clean it. He'll take it.
So he only drives the car when he can clean it
I mean,
after he drives
He's
it?
driven it
Yeah.
like with us to like Raleigh before.
Yeah,
and
how
stuff.
often does he go? He uses his car. Who's that?
He uses his Honda more.
He balances.
He uses
it.
the old car more than the new car.
I mean, because so the new car, right? It's actually gonna be like a collector's item because they discontinued it. So that's what he told me.
Look at Nick's face, bro.
He told me it's gonna be a collector's
Nick's
item.
He has
just
more
like-
information than I do.
Yeah, he told me it's gonna be a collector's item because they discontinued it last year.
How many years of it did they make?
Man, that junk's been around for like.
Yeah, they probably won't. But
No. I'm saying like it's probably been around for like since 2000 something. 2000 something, bro. He told me but it's like a
I mean,
community.
yeah, he probably has more.
There's like a community of it, bro. And he was like, yeah, it's gonna be a collector's item, so I'm gonna make sure I keep this clean and stuff. That's why he wants to get the third one too, because they stopped making it. Hey, can't blame him, man. Plus he got a Honda, so I mean, I would do the same thing, just drive that car. And then whenever I want to go out and flex in the city, just drive a new car.
Yeah.
Honestly, can't blame the guy.
And the way you got to look at this, I wanted to say this. The way Edgar's value system is, like, yeah, his kind of revolves around like materialistic things versus experience. Because, I mean, I'll say it on camera, Edgar can be mad. Like, Edgar will buy a car, but he won't go like on a trip. You know what I'm saying? But even though Edgar's like kind of his system revolves around materials, think about everybody else though. Think about everybody else, like all the other people. I ain't gonna say name the group of people, but like dudes that be going out buying chains.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Versus like investing their money or like you know what I'm saying, trying to do other stuff. I think just society in general. So that's why I understand what you're saying about like experience. You know, I think society, bro, the value system is just kind of messed up.
Do you think one is greater than the other?
What do you mean?
Materials versus experience. Like, do you guys have an opinion? Do you guys believe one is greater than the other in your opinion?
I can only answer that personally because to me, like, the items are going to be with you when you leave. But if you believe your soul stays with you, you will remember those experiences.
Yeah, I agree with that. 100%. Yeah.
What if you have an experience? You have experiences with those.
I mean that's the only way I think about material things is like the repeated experiences that I will have with them.
Yeah.
If I think that'll outweigh the one-time experience I have with people on a trip, then
I 100% agree.
But I don't like having something just to say, I got this.
I 100% agree. But I think that's just the way society is, bro. Like the value system just revolves around materials.
I think also too. I believe also it's it could be like people may seek material items, like some people because they feel like that's like an achievement for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they say, "Oh, I got this Range Rover," it's not the fact that they're just getting it. I think to them, some people it's more like, "Man, I actually achieved something."
100%. I'm the same way with that when it comes to materials.
Yeah. So, but there are people who just get it and just like whatever, like there's nothing.
The journey to get the materials.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
if it's a
like
big
a journey.
one.
Yeah.
It's like a journey. Yeah.
It's like achieving a goal, setting a goal, and achieving it.
True.
That's experience in itself, though.
Yeah, it is.
You know,
It
the
is.
experience, like journey.
True. I can't tell anybody outside of live their life.
Yeah.
That does bring up a point though that I heard about this week when I was like watching some Nipsey Hussle interviews and stuff where he was beefing with academics at a point in time because 21 Savage had decided he wasn't going to invest in, like, he wasn't going to buy jewelry and chains anymore. He was going to try to invest and grow his money. And academics responded to that like, "Nah, you probably know it. You can say it better."
He was like, "Nah, man, we don't care about none of that. We want to hear about you killing and shooting your guns and stuff like that."
Yeah.
And Nip was.
Nipsey like called him a clown or something.
Yeah,
he was like something like.
It was like a clown will always end up showing its costume or something like that.
Yeah.
You gotta let a clown stay in the corner. Let it just expire.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, man. Hey, it's whatever.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, man.
So do you think academics is like, do you think he's of the culture, or do you think he's taking advantage of it?
No, I mean he's of the culture, of course. Look at him. I mean, he is.
So look at him.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he's.
So you don't think he's taking advantage?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
I just want to get your opinion.
I think he's just a part of a culture that praises and glorifies or glamorizes the negative parts of what the culture goes through or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll ask it this way: is academics helping hip hop?
I think, in my opinion, academics.
I was gonna say I think he helps the kind of what he. I guess what he was about. I think he helps the bad part.
So
by promoting,
that would be not helping.
I believe he helps it in a sense that he shows, he inspires people that he shows people that look, I came from college, I worked a regular job, and I still ended up becoming famous doing what I love to do, and that's reporting on the culture. I feel like he glorifies the negative parts of the culture, but I feel like that's just out of his own ignorance. I mean, I've seen him not ignorance of like his he doesn't have the knowledge that he's not conscious enough to say, look, if I push this, promote this, it's gonna have an effect on this many people. It's more of just like he's just doing it because he just thinks it's whatever, you know.
Yeah, that was wild to me that he said that.
I think he probably was drunk too when he said that too, because I've seen his Twitch, and when he's drunk he'll say some stuff and you're just like, yo, you really mean that, don't you, or whatever, you know. But I mean, hey, I feel like he's done good things, he's done bad things. He said bad things, he said good things too. So it's what it
That makes me.
I mean, a lot of people don't like him because even the Tekashi thing. You know, you hear Tekashi. I think they're planning for him to get out in September, I believe, or something like that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Tekashi. Yeah, his lawyer
I
team.
saw
there,
something funny on that too.
for real.
On Vlad.
Mm-hmm.
Vlad got his baby mama to read.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, yo,
Yeah,
that's
man.
crazy.
To read his whole plea
His baby
deal, all
mama
that
reading
stuff.
his plea deal on
Yeah.
Vlad TV.
Bro, it's, yeah, man.
That was crazy.
His baby
People
mama
be-
was reading it.
People be crazy, man. Could y'all mess with that type of girl?
I don't blame her.
But isn't she snitching?
Nah, she's not. She's not part of it at all.
No, but she's snitching on him.
Yeah.
Is she getting on him for snitching?
What you mean?
She putting his business out there.
That's public record.
But who's gonna go look that up, bro? Like she's putting it in a digestible format for millions of people to see, where they
Well,
otherwise probably wouldn't have.
She's
Well,
not.
he's a-
Vlad told her to do that. Vlad gave her the paper to read it.
But she chose to do it.
But also
She
the
didn't
thing-
know.
She knew
That's
what
what
she
he
was
said.
reading.
No, when she came, she didn't know. Vlad
She
was like,
knew what
read.
she was reading.
I get
She
what you're saying.
said that Vlad told her to read from this page to that page.
And she agreed to do it.
She said,
It's
okay.
title,
No.
bro. It has his name on the front of the thing.
Okay, I get what you're saying, but is it as bad seeing as how he's already recognized worldwide? Like, does that make it that much worse? I mean, if it was just a regular person, then it would be horrible.
I'm just saying, I honestly didn't know. Like, I've never known you could just go. Like, I've realized now that, yeah, it makes sense. It's public record. But I never would have realized, yeah, you could just go look up someone's plea deal.
I've done that before.
Yeah, but I didn't know that. So I'm just one example of someone that, dang, this putting the whole business
So I guess it's
out there on the
subjective.
street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew that. I've done that before. Look up somebody's like.
Yeah, would you be looking at Durham County mugshot?
I mean, yeah, I'd be looking at all that stuff. I'd be looking up
What is
people's
this,
court
slammer
documents and
pics?
stuff. Yeah, slammer pics. You go on WRL and look up the arrest. You
Yeah,
see what
it's crazy.
yeah. But
I
I don't blame her. Yeah, I don't blame her though. I mean, allegedly he used to beat her and stuff like that too. So, I mean,
Tekashi.
not far fetched. Like, I mean, he's getting out, man. All his people, all the people that was in the case, they all plead guilty.
Is he gonna be the same way he was?
Yeah,
He can't. What you think he's gonna be just as popular
yeah.
when he comes out?
Because his majority of his audience is, I mean, it's white kids. You think those white kids are gonna be like?
no one's saying free Tekashi.
I mean, okay, look at it like this: black people and brown people push the culture, right? It's gonna be kind of hard. Let me tell you that. It's gonna be hard for me to say because white kids are following what black kids and brown kids are saying. So if the black kids and brown kids are pushing the snitch narrative, then the white kids are gonna go alongside with that. But if the black and brown kids are apathetic towards it, they're not even saying nothing about it, then the white kids are gonna make their own decision and be like, might as well ride with 6ix9ine. You know what I'm saying?
I just think it'd be hard for him to keep the same image. Like you can't go being yelling and braggadocious after the whole world knows you just snitched.
He's gonna switch it up. He's gonna probably
he
say,
has to.
he's gonna probably say, what would you have done?
Well, I agree with it. Like,
Yeah.
I probably would have do the same thing in his situation if I'm looking at that many years.
Yeah.
Like, we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, you can't
Tough
do
call.
that and then yell and scream on his tracks and say the stuff he used to say.
Tough call.
And people will take you seriously because they already know that you're not really about it.
But a lot of people are gonna say, well, he did smash his baby moms. I mean, did you blame him? You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's how people are gonna rationalize it.
It's tough regardless.
Yeah, because I mean, Vlad was kind of like, he's terrible for doing that. Like, because one of the guys, right, 6ix9ine, asked him to shoot at Chief Keef. He was gonna pay him $30K to shoot at Chief Keef and Chief Keef's cousin. So the cops end up arresting 6ix9ine. He ends up telling them the guy that he ordered to do the hit on Chief Keef. Like, he ends up bringing him in. So Vlad was kind of like, how are you? It's like me selling you cocaine and you calling the cops right after saying, hey, this guy just bought cocaine from me. So, I mean, I see that part. Like, I was like, bro, why would you do that to your friend? That was like his friend too. Like, his friend just did it because he, it's my friend. I'm gonna just do it or whatever like that. I mean, hey, I don't know, man. People got different moral compasses and stuff like that.
It is quite embarrassing. I ain't even finna go.
Lasting sometimes.
I was finna go crazy, bro. I ain't even finna do it, bro.
What relationship advice could you give me, D-Ro?
None. Let's move on. We're not doing this again.
I'm asking.
What?
I'm asking.
On. I'll just one thing I'll say.
What's the
just
key?
be
What's the
more
key?
open to
What's the
stuff.
key? What's the key?
I don't know the key.
All right.
Y'all be saying y'all more experienced than me. Like y'all always like to say. Doesn't it? It looks like it's not.
Yeah, man.
It's not what?
Even.
You look like a piece of fresh meat.
So be more open
We're more open.
to the type of to what you may not have considered.
Sure, I guess that's the one way to put it.
Okay.
But no, that's the only thing.
Bro, tell your girl to put me on, bro, with somebody that's out there, bro, for real.
Just say it on camera.
Bro, Sarah, bro, put me on. I know you got some friends. I'm caring, man.
What friend you talking about?
Bro, I don't care, bro. I don't know. Oh, you talking about Valeria? Yeah. I put the foo fops on her ass.
There was a
She ain't never had no. Never mind.
I
can't say-
You're probably gonna cut this out.
I mean, you can leave it in there. Put it in the intro. Sarah, tell Valeria I'll put this big black dick in her
All
stomach.
right, we're not putting that in there.
Why not intro?
We're not putting that in there. That's right.
Oh my god.
Wait.
Why, bro? We're not putting it in there.
You really
Why?
want that? You
I don't
really
give a
want
fuck,
her
bro.
to think about you like that?
Man,
She
listen.
probably already does.
Valeria, I'll put this dick in places that ain't never been touched. You understand? This that country nigga dick. This that North Carolina dick. Fuck you time out. You get flipped. Never mind. I ain't even finna go
He's
there.
7 of the spinal
I
cord.
ain't even finna go there.
Wow.
I ain't even finna go there. Bust all on your little face.
All right.
Don't
Now
put
it's
your
too
face.
much.
Well,
You don't have to. Sebastian, you don't have to cut this.
Don't put.
Wait,
don't
is it
wipe
that
your
bad?
Yes.
Don't wipe your face. Hey, little bitch, don't wipe your face.
Quick question though.
Fuck you.
Do you think she doesn't already think of him in that way already?
Not me, but I mean,
Boy.
black dudes, yeah, of course.
No.
I'm telling you, bro.
Whenever I think of, no, I'm not gonna say that.
I already knew what you want to say.
I'm not gonna say that because I don't know my perspective, my thoughts and beliefs about the other race has like started to develop more and more this week.
I'm an altered individual as far as experience.
All right, that's story time.
Ask me something. Anything.
What about the? You ever smashed a
Don't-
girl at
don't.
work?
Yeah, I have.
All right, let's hear the story.
I'm not gonna do that, bro. They watch the podcast. You can leave that
She
in.
does?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that, bro. They watch the podcast.
All right, tell the Harris Teeter story.
But that's not really interesting like that.
Well, all right, what's the interesting one then?
Bro, y'all just gotta keep asking.
I don't know all the stories.
I mean,
I said you smashed a girl under the Jordan basement steps or something like that.
in the basement still. Oh yeah, I got head. Yeah. After school, that shit was funny the whole time. Should have eaten my shit up.
Wait, so should I edit that last part or no?
100%.
All of it, or just that ending?
You can take
some
all,
of that junk is crazy.
you can take all of it. Valeria, man, fuck all these story times, bro. Let's make a story.
What do you think her
record,
reaction
bro.
would be if she like saw all of that, like that segment?
She would think you're a misogynist.
I'm a misogynist.
Yeah.
Because I'm.
Wait, why?
Because the way you're saying that's not respecting the women. Like, that's how that comes off. Because you're
Bro,
like, I'm
why-
gonna come all on her face. Don't
why
wipe
is-
it off.
Bro, that's sexual.
You're not saying I'm not getting what?
That's sexual.
Yeah, but you're literally just looking at her as a sexual object. It's how a lot of people will see that.
I'm not gonna say what I want to say, but I understand where you're coming
But
from.
isn't
I
it-
do have a response.
It's different
to that,
because I know
but
you as a person, so I know you're just like I don't know the word.
You don't know what's in my mind, though, Nick. Just because you know me as a person, you
No.
don't know
So I'm saying that I know that's not what you're not being misogynist when you say that.
but that's how it comes off.
Yeah.
Isn't he expressing
Okay.
sexuality? Bro?
I am expressing sexuality. I'm glad you said that. I couldn't find the
I'm
word.
asking. I'm
Bro, that's what I
curious.
like to do,
Isn't
bro.
he expressing
I like to bust on
sexuality?
bitches' faces.
So isn't that the whole thing of being misogynist? Can't that just be subjective then? Because maybe that's just him expressing himself. Like that's the way he feels is best for himself, like his truth.
And that's the way I speak. That's not. It might come off in a disrespectful way, but that's not
Because
intentions.
this
That's
is
more.
so
That's more me
You play
being.
that.
That's more me being straightforward. In a jokingly but serious way.
But if someone was like that towards you, now I'm not even talking about in a sexual way, but in a way that was disrespecting your race,
Mhm.
and to them they're not
What did I say about
intending to
race?
do that. I'm just using another example
yeah.
that hits closer to home.
Not
Because
as
that
different.
might that exactly.
Well, it
Race
is
is
different,
different
though.
though. Race is different.
So what would I compare it to?
You could
Just use the same thing, like a man.
But it's not
A
the
woman.
same
how
because there's no.
women are equal to me.
I'm curious. I'm trying to figure
Yeah,
out.
I'm
I
trying
can't
to-
explain what I'm trying to say.
You no. I
It's
get
hard
what you're
to say.
saying, but you're trying to find a loophole to it when there's no loophole. If a woman is equal to me, then it'll come off the same way, whether I say it or she says it.
So if like a man in India who has a subservient wife, would he be considered a misogynist if in his culture that's normal and then the woman doesn't see that specific lady doesn't see anything wrong with it? To us it would seem misogynistic,
Yes,
but to
Yeah,
Because
them,
I've
but
seen
to
it.
them, yeah,
'Cause I've
probably
seen
that's
it.
just- That's his life.
because I've seen
It's
it.
just-
Yeah,
I mean, the woman finds nothing wrong.
so does that mean that he's misogynistic still, even though we consider that misogynistic, or does that just mean we just have a different belief system like that?
By the definition of the word, maybe.
I mean, where did that word originate to? You can ask that question.
What's the definition has been stretched though, but I think the actual definition is like. I think like hatred or something. Like
Yeah,
that.
hatred for
Used-
women. I looked it
it's-
up.
Yeah,
It is.
it's used.
It's hatred for, like a strong disdain for women. That's what it's
that is crazy.
That's crazy. I think that word's been like
Yeah.
But it's
thrown
been, like-
around too much. Like it's been
Yeah.
used to just say
Categorize.
disrespectful towards women.
Yeah,
Like, you're
'cause
a
It's been used to
misogynist.
categorize.
Yeah, because I feel like
any bad emotion towards a
Yeah.
female has been used to
Yeah.
categorize.
him
it.
saying he's gonna come on her face. I feel like that's not. I mean, that's not.
Hey,
a
man, that's
strong
what I like
hatred
to do,
for women.
bro.
I feel like that's.
But you don't see it. You don't see how that could be disrespectful.
It could be to her.
Well, but to
Yeah.
him, his intention is that's how he's expressing his sexuality. He feels like that he's admiring her beauty by putting his cum on her face. I'm for real.
And
I'm for real.
And the thing is,
I understand.
You see what I'm
and
saying?
here's my thing
the
though.
same
No.
way.
And I get what both of y'all are saying. Here's my thing. If at the end of the day, if she feels disrespected by it, then it's not meant for her. Because I've been with other females that have openly accepted it. So
Openly accepted.
openly.
So
You saw how Issa reacted. And
Oh,
insecure.
man, I don't know why she reacted like that. Well, okay, I can understand.
Man, she just I don't know, bro. She liked to play games anyway. I might watch that show.
It's good. It's real
You
good.
should watch
I
it.
might
Yeah.
watch it, bro.
You didn't watch it?
I might watch it. I need to find a show, guys.
Wait, here's a question.
Game of Thrones.
What's that?
Ooh, Sunday, I cannot wait.
Season 8, right?
Last season.
Is there absolutes and are there like certain things that are just for everyone, and are there certain things that's just, or is everything just subjective and individualistic?
I think it's all subjective and individual.
Everything, anything.
Because if you try to, because anything that you try to do, anything that you try to point toward like a group of people, or it's gonna be, it could be deemed as a stereotype, or it could be, a false assumption.
I'm saying with anything, like,
With anything,
do
yeah.
you feel like there's an absolute truth? Like, is there such thing as absolute truth? Like, there's some things that are just true for everyone. There's no one that can.
Like things that should be. What do you mean? Like
Like-
I guess just say all people should be respected is an absolute. But that's not really true. That's just like an absolute guideline.
Well, that's why at first I was like absolutes. Like, is there a thing of
that
absolutes?
shouldn't be changed from person to person.
Yeah, it's just for everyone. It's the same. Because I feel like there's people now. Speaking of the misogynistic thing, those same people that you mentioned will say, Well, you know, everything is based off how I feel and what I think. Sometimes I understand that, like I feel the same way, but I feel like there's certain things that are just absolute.
right and wrong.
Yeah, just for everyone. Like the law of gravity, you can't change that. You can't say the law of gravity is for you. It's not for me. You know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah.
But
Right.
Everyone should be respected as a person, and
In their opinion.
what they find. You gotta be careful with this. I was gonna say what they find offensive should be taken into account.
okay, definitely.
Yeah.
What you mean, like their opinions?
Yeah, what people find offensive should be taken into account, like their opinions. But also, we become way too easily offended over stuff that.
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to, in a simpler way to say, are you trying to say everyone should be respected and should be heard?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I guess.
'Cause I was
yeah.
gonna, yeah.
I guess that's one
I agree with that 100%.
truth.
Yeah, that's true thing.
But there are some things that like there are double standards for, and there need to be double standards for. Like the one thing I always think of is like domestic violence. Like under no circumstance, unless a man's life is in danger, should he put his hands on a woman.
Do you feel like if a woman,
it's not right for a woman to do it to a man,
100%.
but I don't look at that in nearly the same.
I don't think it's right for anybody to do it to anybody.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. So I just think like that's. I think that's just flat.
so you feel like if the woman had like a weapon, like a gun or something?
I would never hit a woman, but I'm just trying to go a little deeper. And this is, I know it's gonna tumble over, but I'm gonna say it anyway. If I would never hit a woman, but if women are looked at as equals to a man, why does that double standard even exist?
I've thought about that before, but
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it should, but
Yeah, because it's physical.
I'm not even gonna get into this. It's gonna
The
sound
physical
so terrible.
standpoint, the
DC
physical
Young Fly said
standpoint,
if you-
everything like that.
If you punch a girl in the face, the bone structure is different. You punch her, she cold. You punch a dude in the face, he'll probably take it and whatever like that.
Yeah.
But like you said, if everyone's equal, then
Why does that double standard exist? But I know as far as like a man's physicality versus a woman, I know that's different. And we talked about that last time, how women are equal to men, but in different ways.
Yeah.
So that's it's touchy, bro.
yeah, it is.
Honestly.
It is. So I guess you guys are saying that men and women are equal, but just in different ways.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like we touched.
But I do feel like if we were going to a relationship standpoint, I do feel like someone has to step in front. And then sometimes it has to be 50-50. It should balance out either way.
Okay. That was good.
Good. That pollen getting to you.
Shoot. Oh, I learned today that you remember when you said the pollen gets worse after it rains?
Yeah.
Learned today that this dude was telling me that the reason why is because the trees and stuff want to procreate. They try to procreate, so you have to give them a week to get the pollen across all the trees or something like that. But once that week is cut short, there becomes more pollen. Like, so when it rains, they have to start that process all over again.
Yeah.
So that's why after it rains,
So if they don't get a full week, then
it's gonna.
I know whoever told you that got a badass allergy. They done went home and researched that shit.
Yeah, he said an agricultural specialist told him that or whatever.
Yeah, that nigga done called some people.
Yeah.
Like, bro, how do I stop sneezing? And they gave him a whole spiel.
He was like his eyes were burning and stuff. But he was like, yeah, man.
Terrible.
He was like, yeah, man, the process is gonna start over again.
Yeah, that's the
That's
first
what he
year.
said today.
Yeah. He was like the week. He said that's why.
Because it wasn't bad yesterday.
Yeah.
That was the first day I was
Because-
like, dang, it wasn't terrible.
When did it last rain? After that? Before that? When was the last time it rained? Before today?
Sunday.
Yeah, you see, so Sunday, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That was like 4
Yeah.
days. So they got cut. Boom.
It rained on Tuesday.
Did it?
Oh,
No, I don't think so.
It didn't.
Mm-mm.
Monday.
I just know because my
Sunday
games
or
get
Monday.
canceled when it
Okay.
rains during the week.
But yeah, so
Like they'll close the fields.
get ready for this pollen coming out.
Yeah.
But hey, that's all I got though.
I just want to say something. Wasn't there some North Carolina news? Oh, I don't know how much of a local audience we want to speak to. The explosion in downtown. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that explosion joint. I heard the coffee shop owner died.
That's who it was?
Yeah, I thought it was
Yeah.
a dude that was.
Dang!
Oh, I didn't tell y'all. He decided to stay, bro. That's what they're saying. That's what London told me. Crop the name out. That's what my friend told me.
Stay.
He decided to stay in the shop, bro.
Wait, when?
That's who it was.
Like he was getting everybody out. Like he was getting everybody out, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna just stay." They tried to tell him to come. He was like, "No, I'm gonna just stay."
when
Because
the
he had
gas
been
was leaking.
he had been working there like his whole life or whatever.
It's like he was like, I'm gonna die with this.
Bro, I always when
Yeah.
I drive past there, it always has a nice little crowd in there.
Yeah. Very interesting. Hey,
That's what I was told. I don't know how true that is.
Yeah.
That's just what I was told.
Well, I don't know. I gotta look it up. After
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
the same friend I was
I
giving
didn't-
you information from the beginning.
No, this is somebody different, right?
Yeah, somebody did.
Okay, because
Yeah.
the other person.
No, the other girl
first
was-
one out, she was like,
I was like,
hella
man.
casualties.
I was like,
Bro,
I was like, yo.
Man, I walked into the area, bro. Hey, Dayrell, da da da. Yeah, man, you heard about the explosion downtown? Hella casualties. I was like, oh man, that's unfortunate. Man, she done
No,
tried
but
to,
that joint was crazy.
yeah, she done tried to show me something. She was like, yeah, man, like 16 people
Like
dead.
$16.
That's what she said?
Yes, bro.
Dang, bro.
I was
She
like,
is the same
man.
one that be
I ain't
lying
even-
to your face.
And bro, y'all know how I am. I don't even want to look that junk up. I'm gonna just let it.
I ran to the TV after you said that. I was like, damn, bro, let me
Yeah,
see.
I saw it. I went
Nah,
straight to
what?
it.
It was like no death report. Death reported at the
That's
moment.
why
I
it's
was
so
like,
crazy to me.
I was like, where'd she get this story from?
That
Yeah,
junk crazy
for
to me.
the non-local viewers, there was like a gas leak. So there was a contractor who was doing something on the sidewalk. They use some terminology I wasn't familiar with, but I guess essentially he was digging on the sidewalk and he hit a gas line and started a leak, and it was leaking. The fire department had already come, and it had been leaking for like under an hour. And then I don't know exactly what caused the explosion, but it exploded after it had been leaking for a good amount. The whole building collapsed. And luckily, the coffee shop had closed once the gas leak started, and everybody had gotten out. And there was a business that was above it. And I wasn't really clear who was ever in that building, though, but there was a business that was there. Essentially, one person died. Like a firefighter was critically hurt, and then like 16 people were in the hospital.
So maybe that's what she meant.
Oh, 25 now.
25.
25
Yeah.
yeah.
There's still only one death, right?
When I first saw it though, I saw 21.
Yeah.
So when she told me the 16 deaths, I was like, whoa, like
You know something else with that.
wishing death on people. That's not the way.
Yeah, my friend got so mad at me when I had put it in the group chat. I was like, I think someone may have died. This is like before it came out. But I heard someone on the news that they interviewed say that they thought someone died. And my friend was like, don't be spreading fake news. And I'm like, bro, I'm just saying what I heard.
Yeah. Just like same here.
Yeah.
So that's serious.
Somebody got killed in my neighborhood.
Oh, yeah, I remember you
The
said
day
that.
Sebastian dropped me off. The building right beside mine, bro.
Dang.
Somebody got shot.
In your neighborhood? Or
Right beside where I live, bro.
Did you hear it?
Nah, he had dropped me off. They had the news cameras out there, the dogs and forensics.
Yeah.
Dang.
Shit crazy. I ain't even tell my mom, bro. She was at work. I was like, I ain't even gonna tell this lady. I'ma just let it be. I'ma just every day she go to work, I'm gonna text her, be careful.
Yeah, fact, man.
Just be careful.
They're killing for free out here now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard one crazy interview that they had on the news because I was like watching all that coverage, and they were saying that they were sitting at the stoplight right before you go through the light and get to that where you drive past the coffee shop and stuff, and they said they were looking and they saw someone like on the sidewalk, and then there was an explosion. And they said they didn't see him anymore, like he was gone, and I was like, dang.
Because of the smoke?
Imagine seeing that. No, the explosion, like he was gone. Like he was standing there and then he was
Did he
gone.
die?
I don't know. That's the person I thought had died. But I don't know about the coffee shop over
Man,
outside.
that shit crazy, bro.
Yeah. Hey, man. Gotta be grateful for what you have and who you have around you. But, yeah. It was a good episode. 0 to 100. We're out.